Hello, I'm Jane. I'm one of the volunteering officers at CAVS in Carmarthen.
Hello, I'm Aled. I'm also a volunteering officer with CAVS in Carmarthen.
And we're very happy to introduce Ruth Evans. Ruth is a volunteer with Guide Dogs.
I am a volunteer with Dogs Cymru and I am the coordinator for the Carmarthen fundraising group. Guide Dogs basically is an organisation, it's a charity that supports people with sight loss and limited and visual impairment to live independently. Our main resource, I suppose you could call it, is our amazing and fantastic guide dogs, but we also do so much more. We've got a lot more resources and support available through age as well, from birth, supporting families and young children, through to adulthood. So we support a variety of people, variety of ages, with a variety of different resources and support.
What do you actually do on a day-to-day basis as a volunteer, Ruth?
Well, as I mentioned, I'm the coordinator for the Carmarthen fundraising group. We've got a fantastic, it is a small group, but a fantastic group of really hardworking volunteers in Carmarthen. And I'm a volunteer. I coordinate that group, which basically means I just get everybody together for meetings every 2 to 3 weeks and plan what we are going to do, how we are going to fundraise for guide dogs. So my role then would be to contact various organisations, contact various businesses and ask them if we would be able to have a bucket collection at their store, for example, any supermarkets or large shops in Carmarthen. We contact the council and we organise bucket collections in the town centre. But also as a volunteer, I do a few other things as well. I'm also a qualified speaker on behalf of Guide Dogs. So if any organisation comes to Guide Dogs Cymru and asks for a speaker to go out and speak to them regarding anything and everything to do with guide dogs, if I'm available, I go and do that. And I'm also a sighted guide with Guide Dogs, which means any visually impaired or person with sight loss who either hasn't got a guide dog or is waiting in between the stage for a new guide dog to come, or perhaps just doesn't have a guide dog anyway and is relied on family and friends to get around. Sometimes they want a break, and I have been trained to know how to guide that person along safely. So there's quite a few different things that I do as a volunteer with guide dogs.
And presumably there's quite a variety of roles for other volunteers if they want to join the organisation.
There is over 100 volunteering opportunities within Guide Dogs at the organisation. That can be from, yes, your fundraising volunteering opportunities, to being a driver for guide dogs when you need to take the dogs maybe for the assessments or maybe just to the vet on behalf of the person, even to volunteers who don't leave their homes and they volunteer with us as campaigners. So, you can do that from your sofa, from your kitchen table, from your bed, even if you wanted to. So the variety of roles we have suits all ages as well and all abilities.
What do you enjoy best about volunteering then, of all those things you mentioned?
To be honest with you, the one thing I really, really enjoy is actually putting on my Guide Dogs t-shirt, my polo shirt. You become an ambassador for that organisation, for the charity. And a lot of people who know me say, oh yeah, you work for Guide Dogs, don't you? And I'm thinking, no, I don't work for them. I volunteer for them. I give my time freely, to volunteer for the charity. I suppose the one thing I really, really enjoy about it is going out and talking to various organisations, schools, especially, and young farmers clubs, Rotaries, WI, Merched Wawr, anybody really who wants us to come and have a chat with them. And it's really nice that, when you leave there, you think, okay, I've helped them to understand a little bit more about the organisation, and hoping that they then will fundraise and support the charity in a way that they can.
That's fantastic. Well, you've got a huge range of roles, obviously. So presumably the time commitment that volunteers need to give to the organisation is also very varied.
It is. I give quite a lot of hours a week to Guide Dogs, but that is my choice. that is what I can do and what I feel that I would like to do for the charity. I can spend maybe half an hour to an hour a day if I wanted to on my laptop going through various emails, sending emails out to everybody, to organizations, to businesses, just to see if we can, you know, fundraise with them, or if we can do go and do a talk with them. It can be as little as an hour a month if you wanted to. So it's up to you. It's entirely up to you. We've got some fundraisers who are part of the Carmarthen fundraising group who will come to every fundraiser. They will come, and we normally do 4-hour sessions. If we're out somewhere, we'll do an 11 till 3 o'clock maybe. We'll try and rota so nobody's there all day. So we give them an hour, 2-hour rota. If you want to be there all day, that's fine, no problem at all. But we've got some who come to every fundraiser, and some who say, well, I know I can't come. Perfectly fine. Maybe we've got one volunteer who might just come once a month and do 2 hours for us. And you know something, it's fine. It's not, it's, you know, it's great that they're there with us and supporting us. And as I mentioned, you know, something like the campaigning volunteering opportunity we've got, it's on your phone. You can, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, it's just literally a case of maybe retweeting, resharing that post that's on that particular platform. And that's it. It's just, it can be as little as just a quick couple of presses of your mobile phone, and it can make a difference. So with all the different volunteering opportunities, the time commitment is so varied.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah.
You're clearly very passionate about volunteering and about the volunteering that you do. But how did you find out about volunteering in the first place, or what made you volunteer?
I'm actually employed with a county voluntary council, Ceredigion, so I work for CAVO, so I know all about volunteering. I know the benefits that volunteering brings to you. But for somebody obviously who doesn't work in the voluntary sector, if we are promoting the opportunities that we got within Guide Dogs, then we often use the Volunteering Wales website. We will try and get our opportunities up on that website so that potential volunteers, if they go and have a look to see what's available, then hopefully they see our opportunities up there. We've got our charity up on TV quite often, but sometimes it's to do more with the fundraising, the donations. But, you know, we will try and encourage volunteering in any way we can do. And if anybody comes to speak to us about volunteering at any point, at any stage, when we're out and about, then we'll have that conversation with them.
Did you have any training when you started volunteering with Guide Dogs?
So to become a fundraiser, there is no training there. If you want to progress and become a trade secretary, so you look after the stock and the trade, then there's a quick couple of hours. It's not exactly what we call a training session. It's more information and guidance of what to do as with that role. If you want to become a sighted guide, yes, there is a half and a full day training course that you can go on. And if you want to become a qualified speaker, there's a half-day training course that you can go on. Currently, the speaker one is done on Zoom, online. The sighted guide obviously needs to be a face-to-face training session because you are being shown the techniques to guide a person, and that involves close contact and holding onto the arm. Apart from that, there are plenty of guidance and plenty of support that Guide Dogs give any volunteer. You will have a volunteer coordinator in your area, and then you will have a community fundraising manager who is an employee from Guide Dogs, who is your point of contact then as well. The support is amazing. If there's any issues, any problems, any queries, you know, you've got plenty of options and plenty of different people that you can go to see. It's fantastic just to get out and meet new people. As you say, even if you're somebody who might be frightened of dogs or have got a dog allergy, then you can still volunteer with Guide Dogs, because you don't have to have a guide dog with you when you go out and do your volunteering, or when you go out and do your talks, for example. The skills you get, I mean, you can meet a range of different people. It's unbelievable. It's great if you're young and you know, for your CV, even the fundraising, because you are talking with the public, and you're promoting and you're an ambassador for guide dogs. You then might want to do charity of the year with an organisation or a business. Well, you've got to deal with them slightly differently. So the skills you learn by volunteering and by talking to different people, then that's a transferable skill. You can take that with you then into your career, into your roles, into your jobs. Volunteering, it's good for your mental health as well. Doesn't matter what charity you volunteer with, it's great for your mental health. And you're doing something for other people as well. You don't have to have sight loss to volunteer with guide dogs. You don't have to like dogs to volunteer with guide dogs because of the variety of the volunteering opportunities that we have. So it doesn't matter where you volunteer with, give it a shot. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and you can always change. You're not committed to stay with that opportunity when you sign up. It's great if you do, brilliant. We all want to keep our volunteers as soon as they sign up with us. And we value the volunteers as well. I feel valued as a volunteer with guide dogs. I'm respected as a volunteer. I'm treated fairly as a volunteer. I'm emailed and asked in advance if I can go and do a talk, if I could go out and fundraise. So it's, even though I work full time, I don't feel as if I'm pressurized to go and volunteer at all, or give more of my time than I can to guide dogs. As I mentioned earlier, you can give as much as you want to time wise, but for me, I just enjoy putting the shirt on and being an ambassador for guide dogs.
Thank you very much, Ruth. That was amazing. And contact details will be available at the end of the video. So thank you. That's brilliant.
Thank you. Diolch.
Diolch, Ruth.